I was recently asked if I had a specific dish that represents my story, and after thinking about it for a while, I landed on this one, Thịt Kho Tiêu, or black pepper braised pork belly. This is a humble and unassuming Vietnamese at-home dish that's not typically found in restaurants, but it is a staple in Gum Yat In, or family meals. This recipe also happened to be my very first viral video when I started posting recipe content back in 2019. And I didn't know it then, but this recipe would become the catalyst for my journey of reconnecting with my culture because I spent a lot of my youth actively pushing away my heritage in an effort to become more Americanized and better fit in with my surroundings. But through sharing these recipe videos with the internet, I've found a sense of purpose and responsibility because as immigrants and Asian Americans, we have this interconnected story, and I want to highlight all the beauty, struggles, and the resilience that comes with it. And ultimately for me, Thịt Kho Tiêu is more than just a dish. It's a symbol of my heritage, my growth, and the power that food has to build bridges between people and culture. And today, we'll break down how to make my signature dish. So do me a favor and make sure you like, comment, share, and save this video. Alright y'all, remember to wash your hands. Now the first step in making Thịt Kho Tiêu is getting all of our prep work done. And we'll start with all of our herbs and veggies. I have a couple of Persian cucumbers that we'll slice on a bias, and this will be served with our Thịt Kho Tiêu to add a bit of freshness and crunch to the dish. And Persian cucumbers are my favorite because they have thinner skin and less seeds compared to other cucumbers, giving it the best texture in my opinion. And if you can't find Persian cucumbers, English cucumbers are a good alternative. And we can't forget to pay the cucumber tax.
Wait for it, okay? Wait. Go ahead. Good boy.
Then I have some green onions, and we'll just finely chop this up to use as a garnish later. And then I have a few Thai chilies that I'll also finely chop up to give our dish a little bit of heat and depth. Now, I also mince my garlic in bulk in the food processor, but if you don't do that, now would be the time to mince a few garlic cloves up as well. Once we have all that done, we'll move that to the side and cut up our pork belly. This is about 2 pounds of skin on pork belly that I'll cut into half lengthwise, and then we'll cut that into bite-sized pieces. Make sure that your knife is sharpened, and another pro tip is actually to partially freeze your pork belly for about an hour prior to slicing to firm up the pork to make it easier to cut. And if you like this recipe, and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Vietnamese and Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. With that done, we'll move on to step 2, which is making our Nuoc Mao, or Vietnamese caramel. Now to a pot on medium-low heat, we'll add in half a cup of sugar. We're gonna slowly melt the sugar while occasionally stirring, and after a couple of minutes, the sugar will start to clump up and crystallize. We'll continue to heat up the sugar until it's fully dissolved. And then after 6 or 7 minutes, the sugar should start to turn a dark amber color. Just be sure to take your time making this as there's a delicate balance. You want it to be dark enough to give our dish its signature color, depth, and a hint of smokiness, but you don't want to burn it either, as that will add an acrid flavor that will completely take over the dish. Now once your Nuoc Mao looks like this, we'll add in our pork belly, turn the heat up to medium-high, and brown that off for a couple of minutes. And don't worry if your sugar starts to stick or harden up here, it'll melt as we continue to cook. Now to the pot, we'll add in a tablespoon of our minced garlic and cook that off for another minute or until fragrant. Then we'll season our pork belly with a 1/4 cup of fish sauce. We'll add some Thai chilies, making sure to save some to use as a garnish later. And then we'll add in an excessive amount of black pepper. We'll give that a good mix. And then we'll pour in a cup of water. We'll bring that up to a boil, reduce the heat to low, and let that simmer covered with a slight crack for about half an hour or until the pork is tender. After that, we'll add in some more black pepper for good measure, make any other final adjustments to the seasonings, and then it's time to plate. We'll serve this over a bed of fluffy white jasmine rice. Some of our cucumbers for health. And then we'll add in some of our pork belly right on top. And don't forget about the sauce. We'll garnish our bowl with some green onions. Thai chilies. And some fresh ground black pepper. And just like that, you've made my signature dish, Thịt Kho Tieu, at home. As always, the recipe and measurements are on my blog at feedthepudge.com. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comment section what's your own signature dish. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.